Chapter 1. Meet Jack and Emily. Jack and Emily are a young couple. Jack is 28 years old and Emily is 26 years old. They live in a small apartment in the city. Jack works as a software engineer. Emily is a teacher. They have been together for 5 years and married for 2 years. They are very happy together. They love each other very much. Jack and Emily enjoy their life in the city. They like to go to the park on weekends. They often visit the museum and the library. They also like to go to restaurants and try new foods. They have many friends in the city. Every Friday night, they meet their friends for dinner. They laugh, talk, and share stories about their week. But there is one thing that Jack and Emily want more than anything else. They want to buy a house. They want a place that is their own. They dream of having a bigger place where they can have more space and more privacy. Their apartment is nice, but it is very small. The kitchen is tiny, and there is only one bedroom. There is no room for a garden. Sometimes, Jack and Emily feel cramped in their apartment. They want to have more space to relax and enjoy their time together. Every night, after dinner, Jack and Emily sit on the couch. They talk about their future. Jack says, "Emily, I think it is time for us to buy a house. We need more space. We need a place where we can start a family." Emily smiles. She also wants a house. She says, "Yes, Jack, I agree. I want a house with a garden. I want a place where we can grow flowers. I want a place where we can have a dog." Jack nods. "Yes, a garden would be nice. We could have a big kitchen too. We could cook together. We could invite our friends for dinner. We could have barbecues in the backyard." Emily feels excited. She says, "Yes. And we could have a cozy living room. We could watch movies together on the couch. We could decorate the house any way we like." Jack and Emily both smile. They feel happy when they think about their future, but they also feel a little worried. They know that buying a house is a big decision. It costs a lot of money. They have some savings, but they are not sure if it is enough. Jack says, "We need to save more money, Emily. A house is very expensive. We need to be careful. We don't want to spend all our savings at once." Emily nods. "Yes, Jack. We should start saving more money. We need to plan carefully. We need to make a budget." They both agree. They decide to start looking for a house. They know it will take time, but they are ready to start their search. They are excited about the future, but they are also realistic. They know that it will not be easy. Chapter 2. The Dream of a New Home. On Saturday morning, Jack and Emily wake up early. They are excited because today, they are going to start looking for houses. They have their laptop ready, and they are going to search for houses online. Emily makes breakfast. She makes scrambled eggs, toast, and coffee. They sit at the kitchen table and eat together. They talk about what kind of house they want. They have big dreams, but they also know that they need to be realistic. Emily says, "There are so many houses to choose from. I hope we find the right one. I want a house with a big kitchen, a garden, and at least 2 bedrooms." Jack smiles and says, "Yes, let's take our time. We will find the perfect house for us. We need to be patient. We need to find a house that we can afford." They start looking at houses on the internet. There are many pictures of houses. Some houses are big and beautiful, but they are very expensive. Other houses are smaller and cheaper, but they do not have everything they want. Emily points at a house on the screen. "Look, Jack. This house has 3 bedrooms. It has a big kitchen and a nice garden. It looks perfect." Jack looks at the price. He frowns and says, "Yes, it is a beautiful house. But it is too expensive for us. We cannot afford it right now. We need to find something within our budget." Emily feels disappointed. "Oh, I really liked that house. But you are right, Jack. We need to find something we can afford. We need to be practical." They keep looking at more houses. They see some houses that are cheaper, but these houses are far from the city. Some of the houses need a lot of repairs. Jack and Emily start to feel a little frustrated. They want to find the perfect house, but it seems difficult. After a few hours, Emily says, "I think we need a break. Let's make some tea and think about what we really want in a house." Jack agrees. "Yes, let's take a break. We need to think about our priorities. We can't have everything, so we need to focus on what is most important." Emily makes tea, and they sit down to talk. Emily says, "We can't have everything we want, but we can find a house that makes us happy. We need to make a list of what is most important to us." Jack nods. "Yes, let's make a list. What do we need in a house? What are our must-haves?" They take a piece of paper and write down their needs. They write 2 bedrooms, a kitchen with enough space for cooking, a small garden. Then they write down their wants. They write a big living room, a garage, a location close to the city. With their list, Jack and Emily feel more focused. They go back to the laptop and continue looking for houses. They know it will take time, but they are ready to keep searching. They feel more confident now that they know what they are looking for. Chapter 3: Money Worries. A few days later, Jack and Emily decide to visit a real estate agent. They want to know how much money they can spend on a house. They want to understand the process of buying a house. The real estate agent's name is Mr. Brown. He is a friendly man with a warm smile. He welcomes Jack and Emily to his office. Mr. Brown asks, "What is your budget? How much money do you have saved?" Jack and Emily tell Mr. Brown about their savings. Jack says, "We have some savings, but we don't want to spend all of it. We also don't want a mortgage that is too high. We want to be careful with our money." Mr. Brown nods. "I understand. Buying a house is a big commitment. It is important to find something you can afford. You don't want to put too much pressure on your finances." Mr. Brown shows them some houses that are within their budget. The houses are nice, but they are not exactly what Jack and Emily were hoping for. The houses are smaller and farther from the city. Some of the houses need repairs. Emily looks at Jack. She feels worried. "I'm not sure if we are ready to buy a house, Jack. It seems like we have to give up too much. I want a house that we love, not just something we can afford. Jack holds Emily's hand. I know, Emily, but we need to think about our future. Maybe we need to make some sacrifices now. Later, we can find something better. They leave the real estate office feeling uncertain. They want to buy a house, but they don't want to make a mistake. They know that a house is a big responsibility. They need to be careful. That night, Jack and Emily sit down to talk. They look at their savings and their monthly income. They try to figure out how much they can afford to pay for a mortgage each month. Jack says, "We can afford a house, but we will need to cut back on other things. We might not be able to go on vacations. We might not be able to eat out as much. We need to make sure we are ready for this." Emily sighs. I love the idea of having our own home, but I don't want us to struggle with money. Maybe we should wait a little longer. Maybe we should save more money first. I don't want us to be stressed. Jack agrees. Yes, Emily. We should be careful. We don't want to rush into anything. Let's keep saving and let's keep looking. We will find the right house eventually. They both feel torn. They want to buy a house, but they don't want to make a bad decision. They decide to keep saving and keep looking. They agree that it is better to wait until they find the right house. They know that patience is important. Chapter 4: A Tough Decision. Several months pass. Jack and Emily continue to save money. They also keep looking at houses, but they still haven't found the perfect one. They start to feel frustrated. They begin to wonder if they will ever find the right house. Jack and Emily continue their daily routines. They go to work, meet friends, and spend time together. But in the back of their minds, they are always thinking about the house. Every weekend, they visit open houses. They drive around different neighborhoods. They talk to more real estate agents, but nothing feels quite right. One evening, while they are having dinner, Emily says, "Jack, maybe we are being too picky. Maybe we should just buy a smaller house and make it work. We could always renovate later or move to a bigger house in the future." Jack thinks about what Emily says. I understand, Emily, but I think we should be patient. If we buy a house that we don't love, we might regret it. We have worked hard to save our money. I want to make sure we spend it wisely. Emily nods, but she feels anxious. I just want us to have our own place. I'm tired of waiting. I feel like we keep searching and searching, but we're not finding anything that fits. Jack reaches across the table and holds her hand. I know, Emily. I want that too. But we need to make the right decision. Let's wait a little longer. If we don't find something soon, we can think about other options. Maybe we can look at houses in different areas or consider a fixer-upper. Emily agrees, but she still feels a little sad. She knows Jack is right, but she doesn't want to wait any longer. She dreams of decorating their own home, planting flowers in the garden, and having a space that truly belongs to them. A few weeks later, Jack and Emily find a house that seems to fit their needs. The house is small, but it has 2 bedrooms, a nice kitchen, and a small garden. It is a little farther from the city, but it is within their budget. The neighborhood is quiet, and there are parks and shops nearby. They visit the house and walk through the rooms. The house feels cozy, even though it is smaller than what they initially wanted. The garden is small but well kept, with space for flowers and maybe even a small vegetable patch. Jack and Emily can imagine living there. They can see themselves starting a family in this house. Jack looks at Emily and asks, "What do you think? Is this the one?" Emily smiles and nods. "I think it might be. It's not exactly what we wanted, but it feels right. It's within our budget, and it has a lot of potential. We could make it our own." They talk to Mr. Brown, the real estate agent. He tells them that the house is a good deal. He says that the house will not be on the market for long. Jack and Emily know they need to make a decision. They could buy this house and start their new life, or they could keep looking and wait for something better. It is a tough choice. That night, they sit down to talk about it. Jack says, "I like the house. It's not perfect, but it's a good start. We can make it our own, and we can afford it without putting too much strain on our finances. We could save money over time and maybe even renovate a bit later." Emily agrees. "Yes, I like it too. But I'm still worried about the money. Are we making the right decision? What if something better comes along after we've already bought this house?" They talk for a long time. They think about the pros and cons. In the end, they decide to go for it. They realize that no house is perfect, but they can make this house into their home. They know that the most important thing is that they are making this decision together. Chapter 5: A Happy Ending. Jack and Emily put in an offer on the house. They are very excited when their offer is accepted. They can't believe it. They are going to be homeowners. This is the moment they have been waiting for. The next few weeks are very busy. There is a lot of paperwork to do. They have meetings with the bank to finalize their mortgage. They also need to start packing up their apartment. It is a lot of work, but they are happy. They are excited about the future. On the day they move into their new house, they feel very proud. They have worked hard to save money. They made careful decisions. Now, they have a place to call their own. They finally have the home they have dreamed of. As they unpack their boxes, they start to make the house feel like home. They put their furniture in place. They hang pictures on the walls. They plant flowers in the garden. It is a lot of work, but it is also a lot of fun. They are building their future together. That evening, they sit together in their new living room. The sun is setting, and the room is filled with warm light. They look at each other and smile. "We did it," Jack says. "We have our own home." Emily nods. "Yes, and it feels so good to be here with you. This is our home, our place. We can make it exactly how we want." They know there will be challenges ahead. They will have bills to pay. They will need to make repairs to the house. But they are ready to face these challenges together. They are confident that they made the right decision. As they sit in their new home, they start to dream about the future. They talk about the garden they will grow. They talk about the dinners they will cook together. They talk about starting a family. They imagine the laughter and love that will fill their home. In the end, Jack and Emily realized that buying a house was not just about finding a place to live. It was about building a life together. It was about learning to make decisions together and to support each other. It was about creating a space where they can be happy and comfortable. Jack and Emily are happy with their new home. They know this is just the beginning of their journey. They are ready to face the future together, hand in hand. They are excited about all the memories they will create in their new home. They are looking forward to the next chapter of their lives, knowing that whatever happens, they will face it together. As they sit in their living room, they make a toast to their new home and to their future. They know that there will be ups and downs, but they are ready for the adventure. They feel grateful for each other and for the life they are building together. And so, Jack and Emily begin their new life in their new home, filled with hope, love, and excitement for the future. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed this journey and found it helpful. If you want to continue improving your English, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here, you can learn English through story and find many more English stories for listening practice. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on new content that can help you become more confident in your English skills. See you in the next video.